Good evening, everyone. This is Professor Chisholm. I apologize again for the delay. Um, Technical issues. We'll just say my Mac died. It's very sad. So I had to get my Windows 8.1 up to Windows 10 so the software would work. And these are the things that we have to deal with, right? So anyways, all right, so with that, let's look at what we need for this week. Okay, so we've got an interesting chapter in graphic design thinking that we're going over sort of the idea of grids and talking about sort of form, okay? And grids are important because that's what helps us make sense of a lot of things. Now, the thing about this assignment for this week is for 9.1, we're not going to use the traditional grid, which is horizontal and vertical, but we're going to look at alternative grids. Okay, so alternative grids are sort of grids that push the boundaries of the system, but maybe use something as inspiration. So one of the examples in the book, which I thought was interesting, was this person used a street map and used it as the basis of their grid system and then had it sort of skewed, so at an angle. And that's what they used for their grid system for their project, okay? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to use this quote, space and light and order. These are the things that men need just as much as they need bread or a place to sleep, okay? Maslow's theory here, guys, right? So, it says devise two alternative grids that would work with the quote. Okay, so if you look on page 120 of the book, it goes over this whole concept of alternative grids. So what you're going to do is you're going to take it and show the process you utilize to create the grids. Then apply the quote to the grids the best way you can. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to create the grid, and then you're going to take the words and you're going to apply it to your grid. Okay, so it's not that you're creating any images, you're just working with text for this week. Okay, so that's all we're working with. We're just working with that quote. So you're going to come up with two alternative grids, and then you're going to take that and you're going to apply it to your grid system. So for example, like I said, the great example was the map, the street map. They used a street map. Remember, look at the samples in the book. Words don't have to necessarily be, you can put the words, at different angles too, to each other as well. So things to think about. So it says, show the process you utilize to create the grids. So maybe there's something around your house that inspired you to create this grid system. Then apply the quote to the grids the best way you can. Remember, the process of creating the grids is what I will be looking at. You can see the examples in the graphic design thinking reading. So pages 120, guys, so review that. Now, taking your work from assignment 9.1, create 3 iterations of your solutions. So that's 3 of each more. So iterations means variation on a theme, guys. Okay, so how can you modify the ideas? It's simply color palette or typeface change necessary. So you might have very strong things, but then play with color, play with typeface, right? Maybe bolding, maybe emphasizing. Look at what else you can do to enhance the design, okay? And remember, readability, legibility. Those are important things, guys, because if people can't read it, and if it's illegible, what's the point, right? Okay, and it's about message, okay? So post your iterations with a brief explanation for each. So both of these, you're going to be giving an explanation of what, okay, so the first one, you're going to give an explanation of the process. How did you come up with it, whatever. And then you're going to talk about what you changed with your iteration, all right? And then, as always, we're reading the design method book, and in that we are in week 9. And I have to say, I really do. There's parts of this book I do enjoy. There's other parts I disagree with, but that's okay. So week 9, we are presenting work to the clients. All right, guys. If you need any help, please let me know. I'm happy to help in whatever way I can. I can set up Zoom conferencing with you guys if you need it. All right. All right. So keep up the good work, and I will sign off now, but have a productive week and do great things.